Have you ever wanted to create your own email series or sequence, but you were kind of like, ugh, I don't even know what to do, or it's really scary and intimidating? Well, worry no more, my friend, because that's what this video is all about. You're gonna learn about the 4 buyer types that your email series needs to write emails for so that you can get the maximum amount of sales out of your email sequence. Now, these 4 buyer types are, all of us, so be sure to pay attention to which one you are because usually you write how you buy. But it's really important to write emails for all 4 of these buyer types because if you miss one, you're gonna miss a whole group of your buyers and then you are not gonna maximize your sales. So if you're ready to learn how to write for these email buyer types, then click like so that we can get started on this video. And don't forget to stay till the end because that's where I'm gonna show you how to put these all together to the perfect email sequence for whatever promotion you're doing or whatever campaign you need to get out the door. Hello, I am Monica Snyder and I am so excited you're here. If you geek out about passive income and income stacking and email marketing and all those supercharged systems, then you're gonna wanna subscribe because that is what I'm gonna bring you on this channel. Let's jump in. Buyer type number 1 is what I like to call Excited Eddy. Now, Eddy here is, these are made up names by the way, but Excited Eddy, he just is excited to buy your products. He is a huge fan, he loves you, he adores you, he thinks that everything that you do is super cool and is ready to hand out his credit card information the minute you let him. But to get Excited Eddy super excited, you're gonna want to shift his thinking a little bit and show him a new perspective on things so that he gets even more excited and gets that credit card ready instantly the moment that you give him the chance to give it to you. So to do this, you're gonna just do a little bit of thinking about what he thinks right now and how can you slightly shift it. And one thing I want to point out here is that honestly, you don't have to work that hard at this. I know it sounds really complicated, but you are an expert. And so what you think is probably already mind shifting to this person, right? So go back to where they are, these people over here, and think like, what is it that I know that they don't know? And how can I present that to them in an exciting way? And that's all you have to do to get Excited Eddy ready to buy. Buyer type number 2 is Skeptical Susan. And I think Skeptical Susan is super cool because, well, I am her most of the time. Skeptical Susan needs all the details and facts of how things are gonna work before she's ready to sign up. And I don't mean that you have to go, into super details, but she wants to know all the features of your product and the benefits of those features for her. And she wants to know all of the questions that she doesn't even know to ask. She wants those answered. So you're gonna write FAQ emails and feature benefit emails to please Skeptical Susan so that she is like, oh, yeah, this can work for me because it's got a very logical approach. It's very detailed. I think I'm gonna get everything I need. So you're gonna overcome her skepticism by giving her all the facts. The 3rd buyer type is Story Sally. Sally needs all the stories, and I'm talking about testimonials, like other people's stories, not just testimonials, but like little wins, big wins, all the stories along the way, even like other people's stories that are not even related to your product, but how this big celebrity did something. Any kind of story appeals to Story Sally. She just wants to know that other people can do it, and she needs that social proof to know that she can do it too. So you're gonna wanna add social proof, like how many people have taken the course or how many people have had results. She thrives on that. She's like, oh, if they can do it, so can I. So be sure to include a stories email or a testimonial style email in your sequence for Story Sally. And last, there is Deadline Dan. Deadline Dan is just a little bit of a procrastinator and he just needs that deadline or that extra push to say yes. So you see these emails in the last day, right? It's like, hey, it's the last chance to buy. It's your last chance. We're running out of seats. We're running out of something, right? It's scarcity and urgency that drives Deadline Dan to purchase. So you're gonna wanna make sure that you build that in somehow. Now, if you're running an evergreen promotion, which means that it's always available, do things like special promotions with a discount or special promotions with an extra bonus to get those Deadline Dans into your world and get them to purchase. Now that you know the 4 buyer types, Excited Eddy, Skeptical Susan, Story Sally, and Deadline Dan, comment below which one you're most like which one you buy like most of the time. But I also want to let you know that we don't just stick to one of these types. All of us are a different one of these people depending on the product offered. So sometimes I am Excited Eddy. Like when my favorite people come out with a course, I'm like, where is the buy button? I am ready to buy, right? But with other people that I don't know as well, I'm like, ooh, I'm gonna need all the details. I'm gonna need your framework. I'm gonna need all the stuff. And then I also really do like stories sometimes. It will push me over the edge to be like, oh, well, if that person had success, I can too. So be sure to put all these together. And actually, yes, sometimes I do Deadline Dan because I just miss things and I'm like, oh, I'm missing it. I want in. So I'm a deadline Dan as well. And my guess is that you are too, because most of us are a little bit of all of these, depending on what product you are looking at to purchase. And that's why we write emails for all of them, because no matter what you're selling, you want to cover these 4 buyer types. Now, let me show you a couple of examples of how to put this together in an email sequence. So for something like a 2-day flash sale, maybe you structure it into 3 emails where the first one is for excited Eddy and it's announcing the sale and giving him like a new hook or angle into a product that you've sold before. That's going to get him excited and ready to buy. The second email can combine Story Sally and Skeptical Susan with an FAQ email that also has stories weaved into it, right? So there's that second email. Then the third email is going to be like, hey, last chance to get this special deal, and that is for the deadline dance. Or maybe you have like a 7-day promotional launch that you want to write emails for. So what I would do for that is build up the excitement for everyone with the first couple of emails. Let them know that something's coming by telling them something that they don't know. I like to really surprise them in that first email with something, that is unexpected and getting their attention. So if you can pattern interrupt, that's what that's called. If you can do a pattern interrupt where it's like, oh, I didn't think about that, like in your subject line, then you're going to hook them in and then you're going to get them excited to buy. And that's when you open the cart, email 3 is about when I usually do this in a 7-day promotion. In the third email, you can make this one really short and sweet and just be like, hey, this product is ready to buy. Like, I'm going to solve these problems and these things that I was telling you about, like these shifts, I'm going to give you a shortcut, or I'm going to give you the easy way to do it, or I'm going to work with you. Whatever your big promise is for your launch, then that's what you're going to put in this, and just drive them to the sales page. This email does not need to be long. Honestly, you want your sales page to do the heavy lifting of selling. You just want the email to drive the click. And then in day 4, what you're going to do is tell those stories of people who have used your product before. And this is, of course, for Story Sally. But I want you to add in a little PS asking for questions so that we can prepare for Skeptical Susan. In day 5, we're going to start with Skeptical Susan. Now, she gets 2 emails because, like I said, she needs all the details. So she gets emails 5 and 6. And in email 5, you're going to bust out all the features that you haven't talked about yet, right? And they may be on your sales page, but maybe they're halfway down and people aren't really looking that far down. So pull out those features. But don't just talk about the features. Talk about the benefits. So let's talk about features versus benefits for a minute, because I see a lot of people get confused about this. So the feature is what is part of the product, and the benefit is what it does for the person who gets the product. Let's take a baseball cap, for example. They have those bills. And so the bill is the feature, but the benefit is that it keeps your nose from getting sunburnt. So that is what I want you to detail out in this email for Skeptical Sally, so that she's like, oh, well, it has this, but that's what this does for me. And that gives her all the ammo that she needs. And it also really helps Story Sally because she also likes to know the benefits. In day 6, you are going to bust out this question and answer email. You're going to put all the questions that you've been asked or the ones that you can think of, and you're going to answer them. And that way, Skeptical Susan and Story Sally both get a little bit, because questions and answers are also kind of stories. And so here we have all these lovely, beautiful questions and answers in this email. Now, you can actually just copy and paste what you wrote on your sales page. Yeah, it's that simple. So make that email super simple, and also be sure to answer any questions that you got from that previous email where you asked them for questions. And on the last day of this 7-day launch promo, you're going to send 2 emails out for those deadline dans, 1 in the morning and 1 at night. And actually, you can even go up to 4 emails if you want, because, people have short attention spans and they need to know that things are ending. So go ahead and send out 2 to 4 emails saying like, hey, cart closing tonight at midnight. Did I mention the cart's closing? You can also add in a couple more questions or more feature benefits if you want to make these emails a little bit juicier. Now, those were 2 examples, but basically any kind of sequence that you need to write, as long as you're covering those 4 buyer types, you're going to have the most success with your sales. And the timing of them doesn't really matter as long as they're not like, 6 months apart. But if you miss one day in an 8-day promo, or you've got like a 12-day promo and you're like, I don't want to mail every day, no worries. Just be sure to hit all 4 buyer types, and you can write multiple emails for each buyer type. Whatever it is that you need to fill your email marketing calendar. And that's it for these 4 buyer types. But if you want to figure out how to put this particular email sequence or any email sequence in an entire email marketing strategy, then check out this next video that I made for you.